Growing up in the bustling city of San Francisco, life had always been pretty straightforward for me. Jake, a 32-year-old architect, I had worked my way up in a prestigious firm. Meeting Sarah, a vivacious 28-year-old pediatrician, was the twist in my tale. Our love story was like no other. We'd met only 8 months ago, and within 2 months, we knew we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. 6 months into our whirling marriage, we found ourselves heading to Bali, Indonesia for our honeymoon. We had opted for an unusual destination, a private island off the coast of Bali. Known for its stunning beauty, it was also shrouded in mystery due to tales of tourists disappearing without a trace some years ago. This private haven, frequented by the rich and famous, was managed by a small team of 10, led by the enigmatic Sri Vidya. She and her team catered to every whim of their guests, making it the epitome of luxury. Yet, amidst the luxury, the allure of the island for many was a legendary stream deep within its jungles. This stream was believed to have waters that rejuvenated one's health and vitality. Even though Sri Vidya and her team always dissuaded guests from seeking out this stream due to the wild dangers of the jungle, the legend was too enticing for us to resist. After signing the necessary disclaimers, Sarah and I decided to embark on this adventure on our 3rd day. The stream, hidden amongst the dense foliage, was more beautiful than we could have imagined. We drank its cool, refreshing water, feeling an immediate connection with nature. But from the next day, things took a bizarre turn. Sarah's once joyful demeanor shifted. She seemed distant, often lost in thought, and displayed sudden bouts of anger. One night, I woke up to find Sarah missing from our bed. Frantically searching for her in our hut, I was suddenly attacked by a shadowy figure wielding a knife. We tussled, and just as things were looking bleak for me, the intruders seemed to change their mind, knocking me out and fleeing instead of finishing the job. To my relief, Sarah returned shortly after, saying she'd taken a walk along the beach. We reported the incident to Sri Vidya, who was genuinely surprised. She assured us that such an event had never occurred on the island before. A review of the security footage confirmed Sarah's walk on the beach but showed no signs of any intruder entering or leaving our hut. At lunch the next day, I noticed a deep scratch on Sarah's arm. When questioned, she nonchalantly mentioned it was from our trek in the forest. Her casual demeanor and the previous night's events filled me with a growing dread and suspicion. Torn between suspecting the woman I loved and the seemingly friendly management of the island, I decided to dig deeper. My wife became increasingly distant. I tried talking to her about the changes in her behavior, but she either dismissed them or couldn't remember instances I pointed out. She was my soulmate, the woman I had fallen in love with in such a short time, but now, her gaze often seemed hollow, devoid of the warmth and familiarity it once held. Sri Vidya, the island's owner, and I had multiple conversations. She repeatedly reassured me that no such incident had occurred in the past and that the island was safe. Yet, I couldn't shake the feeling that she wasn't revealing everything. One day, I decided to do some sleuthing. I discreetly followed one of the staff as he entered a restricted part of the island. Hidden behind dense vegetation was an ancient temple, exuding an aura of foreboding. Through the cracked stone pillars, I could see Sri Vidya and her staff, chanting in a language I couldn't comprehend. My wife, standing in the center, seemed to be in a trance. Suddenly, a voice broke the evening silence. "You shouldn't be here." I turned to find one of the chefs, his expression solemn. "Why is my wife there? What are they doing to her?" I demanded. He hesitated before answering. "The stream's water isn't just water. It has properties that awaken certain spirits, especially spirits that have long roamed this island." "Spirits? Are you saying my wife is possessed?" I asked, disbelief evident in my voice. He looked at me, pain apparent in his eyes. "We try to warn visitors not to venture there. The island has its protectors, and they don't like being disturbed. But why didn't they harm her during the ritual? Why try to harm me? Because the spirits are testing her, he said. She has consumed the water, and now she has to pass the trial. If she doesn't, the spirit will fully take over her. If she does, they will leave her, but anyone she has strong emotional ties to will become vulnerable, which is why you were attacked that night. I felt anger boiling inside me. Why isn't anyone doing anything about this? The island provides us with everything. We respect its protectors, he whispered, looking towards the temple. Then how do we end this? He looked at me, hesitating. You must bring her back. The bond you share, your love, might be stronger than the spirit's hold. For the next few days, I stayed close to my wife. I recounted our memories, our love, our journey, trying to pierce through the haze that had taken over her. Slowly, she started showing moments of clarity, and I felt hope. On our last night, as the moonlight drenched the island, I woke up to a chilling breeze. My wife stood at the doorway, her face obscured in shadows. Come with me, she whispered. We walked towards the stream. As we approached, the water shimmered, reflecting the pale moonlight. Suddenly, she began chanting the same tune I had heard at the temple. With all the strength I could muster, I shouted our memories, our plans, our dreams. She hesitated, looking torn between two worlds. As dawn approached, she collapsed into my arms, the torment in her eyes replaced by confusion. We left the island the very same day. Sri Vidya came to bid us farewell, her gaze inscrutable. The island has its ways, she murmured, but love has its own power. Back in San Francisco, the memories of the island haunted us. One quiet evening, I turned to Sarah. I'm convinced it wasn't just the waters that changed you. Someone attacked me, and they're hiding something. She met my eyes, fear evident. What are you suggesting? I think we were played, I replied tersely. And someday, I'll return to that island. I'll find out the truth. Sarah's grip tightened on mine, but she said nothing. The shadow of the island loomed over us, a mystery unresolved.